Mahatma Gandhi, a man who based his whole life on trying to achieve peace for his country India, once said, "Just as one must not receive, one must not possess anything which one does not really need." How many of you ever felt like you needed more? Like just one more item could help you be happier or better or achieve your goals? How long does it take for you to feel empty and desirous again? If you're anything like me, it doesn't take very long. For several years, my family and I were unable to own more than what we could carry in our suitcases. There's a picture of all of our items that we had after our first move in India. At the beginning, it was very difficult to live this lifestyle as a family of five, shoving all of our stuff in just what we can carry onto an airplane, but by the end, we started to really enjoy it. In this presentation, I'll attempt to persuade you to consider minimalism as a lifestyle for you. I'll attempt to persuade you by showing you the psychological, social, and physical benefits of minimalism. For most people, the idea of getting rid of all of their belongings is slightly terrifying, but for those who practice minimalism, they believe that it's worth it. The first set of benefits of minimalism are the psychological ones. Freeing yourself from the constant desire to acquire more can help free up your mind to not be stressed about constantly acquiring more. As Americans, we always like to upgrade. We want more, better, and bigger things. Not having enough resources to fill all these desires can cause a lot of stress. But adhering to the ideas of minimalism can help release the desire for more and can help us to have less stress of acquiring more. Another physical or psychological aspect is focusing on the items that we already own. By doing this, it helps us to promote gratefulness for the things that are already in our lives. When people value something, they don't misuse it. Psychological studies have shown us that gratitude helps to promote well-being. If we're valuing the items that are already owned instead of simply throwing the old ones away and acquiring new ones, it'll help us to be grateful for the things that are tried and true that we use daily. Also, having less means less upkeep, which means less stress. The more items that we have, the more likely something is to break. And when something breaks, we have to get it fixed, which means more stress. The less items we have, the less items we have to keep maintenance on, then the less stress that we have. Although psychological health is an important benefit of minimalist lifestyles, many promoters believe that the social aspect is of equal importance. Minimalism is said to promote social health. Not owning many items makes people ask their friends to borrow their things. American culture values individualism so much that we try to be completely self-sufficient without relying on anyone else. This can help make us not form communities and stay alone. By relying on other people, then community is forming because you have to be dependent on one another. By not owning many items, this forces people to also get out of their houses and to be with their friends. If your house isn't the most entertaining place in the world, then you're going to want to go somewhere else and to be with people. By being with other people, then that encourages communities to form through real face-to-face interaction that's meaningful. Now, the next aspect of well-being that comes along with minimalism is the one that normally comes first to mind, the physical aspect. The first benefit of this physical aspect is that having fewer things will produce less mess. The fewer items that are owned, the fewer things you have to clean up at the end, the fewer things that need to be organized. Children who only own a few toys will only have to clean up their rooms for 5 minutes as opposed to 30 minutes for the children who have an overabundance of toys. Not to mention that having fewer toys helps children appreciate their toys, the outdoors, books, and many other things more than children who have a whole lot of toys. Also, owning less clothing means less laundry time, and no one likes to do laundry for a long time. Having fewer things means less waste. When fewer things are owned, then fewer things are thrown away needlessly. We all know that the landfills are filling up in America, and here's a picture of the state of our landfills. It ranges anywhere from 4.1 to 38.4 tons of trash per person in the landfills, which is a whole lot of trash. If we're constantly buying more items, we're constantly throwing away our old ones. So by not owning very many things, then we're going to stop filling up the landfills as quickly. So you can produce less waste by owning fewer items. Having fewer things also saves money. which is a great physical benefit of minimalism. If there are fewer items owned, then less money will be spent. Ending the endless cycle of consumerism prevents wasteful spending on items that you don't truly need. Saving all this money can enable you to pursue meaningful life goals like traveling or paying off your debt or going on nicer vacations, things that aren't just focused on owning more items. Also, another physical benefit is having fewer items creates more time in your life. This isn't just items, but it can also include apps or shows or mindless activities as well. Paring down on the unnecessary distractions we all engage in can create more space in our lives. Mindfulness, reading, relationships, and rest can become more a part of your life if we pare down on the unnecessary parts and create more minimalistic space around us to just be. Now that I've presented you with the positive aspects of minimalism, let's review. Minimalism promotes an overall healthy lifestyle. It promotes psychological health, it promotes social health, and it promotes physical benefits as well. If you're exhausted by the endless desire for more and you want to help reduce the waste around you, consider minimalism as an option for you. Although minimalism might not be for everyone, the ideas behind the lifestyles can deepen your understanding of what life is supposed to be about. It's not about acquiring more or better things to make yourself happy. There are deeper meanings to life that you can see if you just reduce the noise and the waste around you and just realize who you are as a human. Thank you.